Welcome to Wardrobe Yarns, and in this edition we're going to be looking at blouses, in particular the puff sleeve blouse or the balloon blouse. Hi! Don't forget to click subscribe and the notification bell for alerts on when I upload a new video. Also, feel free to share these videos. As much as I like fashion, I'm also quite practical about it. So this kind of blouse is what's in at the moment. It's called the balloon sleeves. So if you check out spring summer 2020, you'll see a lot of designers, high street designers as well as high-end designers have this style. I bought this for about probably £3 or something like that over 10 years ago in a charity shop, and it's even older than that because it's, from my perspective, it's an 80s style blouse. So that's one of the reasons why I picked it out, because I had this thing for 80s garb. And I still do. I just love the shoulder pads. This does have shoulder pads, but it's depleted. They're flattened. They're still inside. They're just not power shoulder pads as they used to be. I just loved the colours, and I loved this style as well. It's nice and flappy. It's very nice, and I liked the neckline as well. And obviously I like the arms. I wear it out. Even now, as a breastfeeding mother, I still wear it. I think I wore it out before Christmas. Not just before Christmas, but at some point with a friend of mine. And I did manage to breastfeed with it. So those of you that are looking for something to wear to breastfeed, actually, if you find yourself the right kind of shirt, you could still breastfeed with it, particularly if you feel no way about people ogling at your mammary glands, which is what they're made for actually. So people just need to get over it. I think this is the only purchase I've ever made from a charity shop that I know the name of the person that it used to belong to, and every so often I just think, oh, I'd like to wear my Audrey blouse, because it does have the previous owner's name in this. I don't know how you guys feel about purchasing from vintage, charity or thrift shops, but I found so many fabulous things, including furniture. I feel no way about recycling, upcycling, whatever the new phrase is of the day, but I feel no way about that. I think this is a wonderful blouse. I love the polka dot. I love turquoise, and once upon a time I went through a turquoise phase where most of the accessories I had were turquoise. That was before I purchased this stuff. But as I said, this is my Audrey blouse. My Audrey blouse. Maybe my earrings want to be spoken about. I've worn it to work. I've worn it out. I don't tend to wear it around the home. I'm the kind of person, once I'm in, I just want comfortable clothes. I will show you what I have paired it with once I pick up my earring. So, and actually, if I just talk to you about these earrings, so these are sterling silver earrings. I have a thing for sterling silver, and they were purchased from a lovely lady. She owns a wonderful jewellery shop near where I live, and it's my favourite jewellery shop. These are probably a decade old as well. This is the first time I've worn them in a long time. Clearly, as I have a little bubba who is very tactile at the moment and just reaches out for everything. So I've put these on especially for you viewers and subscribers. So yeah, and I think it goes very well with my afro. So shall we repurpose, restyle? and maximise what we already have in our wardrobes. Let's put an ensemble together. Enjoy. Audrey blouse with a pair of dark jeans. These jeans are probably the most expensive pair of jeans I've ever bought. They're not that expensive in relation to what other jeans are out there, but considering I usually, when I have bought jeans, I don't usually spend more than £25 on them. These I purchased from Next. They're Next 360 jeans. Absolutely fantastic, I would say. They are so comfortable. These are my go-to jeans. They are a size 14 and they just feel so comfortable. They're proper quality jeans in the sense that they feel like real jeans. When I say real jeans, I mean they don't have that stretch, that weak stretch fabric material that you often get with denim nowadays. These are nice a thick pair, so you actually feel like you're wearing jeans, and you just feel so wrapped in them. I love these jeans, and the only thing I would say is they don't have pockets at the front, but they do have pockets at the back. So if you're partial to front pockets, then these are probably not the pair for you. But if you're partial to a good quality pair of jeans where you can move, see? I did used to do a bit of kickboxing, and I've not done it in a while. But not seriously, but maybe if I continued I might be a bit better. I started wearing them again because they fit me again, because I've put weight on. At the beginning of the year they were loose for me, and now we're in June. In the time we had lockdown, I probably wasn't going out as much as I could be, although we were going for walks, but not as frequently. At least we were able to go out, whereas some people are still shielding. This Audrey blouse, and then these shoes. I can't do the crane, isn't it, from the Karate Kid? Can you see? Can you? I don't know, I should be careful because I do have a knee issue. Oh, we'll do it again one more time. So these are Florentine sandals. I think that's what they're called. They're really flat. And again, these are over a decade old. And these ones are silver, but again, if you want a pair, I have seen some on ASOS, but if you don't want a pair, then don't go to ASOS. There are other websites as well that you could go to. So these are very comfortable, and I will show you. This is. And actually, I have a story about these. Not this one, but this style. And I remember when I was in school, Clark's, the shoe company, Clark's came. I think we were in year 7 or year 8, and it was during our PSHE time, so personal social health education time. And what they did was they asked us to design. We had to design a shoe for them just using sugar paper. I enjoyed that task, and if I remember correctly, my team and I did create something similar to this. It was real fun, it really was. I remember having a pair of these when I was little as well, and I think they were multicoloured. Nearly a decade old, but they're still functioning. They're not too flat, and I used to wear these everywhere. I used to wear them to work, walking up and down the corridors, in the rooms. Again, it's probably something I couldn't wear too often now because they don't have an arch, and at the moment I do need support, so they don't have the support. But these are wonderful for short distances. I would highly recommend them if you want to have your toes out. I'm all for comfort now, just because I'm very mindful. If I have Bubba, I am going to have to pick him up and just chase after him. He's ready. He's mastered crawling. The moment he mastered crawling, he wasn't interested in it anymore. He's just up for grabbing things and pulling himself up. He pulls himself up from the playpen now. We call it the adventure pod, but yeah, it's a playpen. And it's actually a cube, so it's an adventure cube. He pulls himself up. He's learning how to climb. And at some point, he's gonna jump over it. So we now have to think ahead of how to childproof the place even further. Anywho, this is a belt I bought a few years ago, so this is not a decade old. It's probably about 4 or 5 years old, something like that. I bought this from TK Maxx. It's real leather. This is a leather belt. These are leather shoes. I tend to buy leather, mainly as I know it will last. And as I said, these are a decade old plus, and they're still in good nick. The only thing I really had to do to them, and I had to use the Gorilla Glue because my shoes were talking. This foot was talking to me. If you have a look, it was talking to me. And so I wasn't particularly impressed with my shoes talking back to me. So I glued it in time for, or especially for this edition. The other thing, yeah, I'll show you in a moment what happens to beautifully crafted accessories from my experience that aren't leather, when you haven't taken them out and used them for years. So I have a beautiful bag that my sister bought for my birthday, and I've not used this bag in years. And when I was getting ready for this episode, I obviously went through things that I had to see what was appropriate, and I would have used that bag, but it's disintegrating, and I'll show you. I just want to show you, I've had to put it on a towel because I don't want the bits to go all over the place. But this is a bag, I think it's from June, it's an old bag, and I would have paired it with what I'm wearing now. Since being a new mum, I need lots of things, I have to carry lots of things around with me. But take a look, and it's not a testament to the quality of the piece. I mean, the piece was made beautifully, it's just the fabric, okay? It's the fabric. This is PVC, UPVC, essentially what we now call vegan leather, but it's faux leather, okay? And this is what's happened. I don't know how I would upcycle this. I'd have to think about it because it is something my sister bought me, so I'd think twice before this was put in the bin. There's another bag that I would have paired my outfit with as well, and again, when I was going through, this is what's happened. It's the vegan leather, the fake leather, the faux leather has, so this was a clutch I used to wear all the time. Again, it's definitely on its last legs. I will think of a way of repurposing and upcycling this before I consider. I will think of a way of upcycling this. I'm sure I can. I mean, I used to make, I made one bag cover many years ago. I do have a sewing machine, I've just not used it in, again, almost, well, more than a decade. So maybe I could do something with this. But what I did do with this bag, I guess the reason I stopped using this bag is because I did upgrade to a real leather one, and I'll show you that. So I upgraded this bag to, ta-da! You're upgraded bag. I love this bag. It is real leather, and I haven't used it in a while because I haven't really been anywhere to need to use it. But pre-Bubba, this would have fit everything that I need in it. Obviously, maybe not so much now. What I find is if I'm going out and I have a bag, it's the same bag I use, which is hooked onto the pram. So maybe things will change, we'll see. I've paired the jeans with these mules. I can't do the crane in these, I'm not even going to attempt it. But yes, so I purchased these shoes in about a decade ago, and I particularly wanted to have them in this shoot, so I did the thing that I haven't been bothered to do for years, and I used to wear it with the insole flapping about, but I used some glue, some strong glue to glue it down specifically for this edition. That's what these videos are making me do. They're making me really think, what have I left for a while that needs doing? These are also quite popular at the moment, albeit the heel might be slightly different. I've got a pair that I purchased more than a decade ago, right here. I think I've only ever worn these once, and I dug these up from somewhere, again for the shoot, just to show you. And actually when I put them on, they still fit. I thought, because my feet, I mean I've got broad feet already, but during pregnancy my feet did swell, and those, you may or may not know, your bones do reshape themselves to take on your weight, and sometimes your feet returns to their previous width, and other times they don't. And surprisingly, my feet still fit in these, although I do think my feet have become a little bit wider, but these fit. These are my most recent purchase. When I say recent, I mean these are only a few years old. Bought them from Topshop. I've only worn these twice. Most recently I wore them to a film shoot, but you won't get to see them because I had to take them off. They weren't part of the director's vision. So but I'm the director in this, and though these are part of my vision, so let's put them on and see. And this is what these shoes look like, and actually they're very comfortable. As a postpartum pair of shoes, I'd happily wear them because I can walk all about with them. Yeah, I could see myself pushing the buggy in these shoes. Obviously always keeping a pair of flats with me. These would be my choice. So if I had to have heels and wear flats, and considering what, in terms of baggage that I'm carrying with me, I'd probably put these at the bottom of the buggy and walk about in these. Here I am in our post-lockdown society, in terms of keeping social distance, and when I start meeting up with friends again, this might be one of the outfits I wear.